to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Utah State's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Off play action on first down. He's open on the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Wants to throw again. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Fresno State's offense will have its first possession of the game. Typically, you don't think of an offense built around its tight end, but they got no production from there last week. They'll need that to improve in this one, David.
Yeah, he's a chain mover. He's a red zone threat. That big old body, man, he's a matchup problem. So they definitely need to find a way to make sure that they're feeding the big fella, that they're using him in different ways. And listen, balance on offense is good. Still use the receivers. But, Jesse, they can't forget about that dude.
No, and I don't think you have to all of a sudden panic and all of a sudden reinvent your playbook offensively. You just got to execute better, and you got to give him more opportunities. I think that was one of the biggest problems their last game out. They just didn't throw it his way enough. That has to change today. He should be targeted really early in this game.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Fresno State will have to punt. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll run play action. Trying to make magic with his feet. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Now on the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown. Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. They'll go to the air. Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And they want this defense spread out across the width of the field. 5 wide on second. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
How about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Utah State, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Utah State up-tempo. Right back to him on the ground. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete.
As the offense, you want to get the ball to your playmakers and let them make a decision, let them make a guy miss, but not with that kind of defense. They were all over it right away. No 3rd down conversion for you.
Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Takes a handoff. It's Duggan. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all over the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision.
He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
defense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Looking to throw on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Well, the defense can smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They'll start this drive from the 42. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit. He breaks into the open. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Hey!
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. On the run, fires downfield. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats.
Okay, ready?
First play of the period will be a 2nd down.
Here we go!
Off the play fake. Dances away to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. The receiver does the rest, put 6 up on the board.
They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up.
On the double. Moves.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Bringing the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Trying to pick up a first down.
22 slider. 4-2.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finds a man in the middle. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And with that last carry, he hits a C-note, 100 yards already.
He's been patient, and he's been waiting for his blocks to set up, and then he's been bursting through the hole. He's really showing you a little bit of everything, and By the way, it's still the first half.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Fresno State. They'll try to add another to their lead. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Fighting off the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. On the option. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Setting up the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
They had a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, on 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Calls his own number. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's the hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking the field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll leave it with him. Jukes his way for more. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
On the set.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Gonna look downfield again. Using the quick game. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Finds his tight end. Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job on the defense covering that thing up.
On the run, still looking. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires deep on the run. Makes a catch at the 15. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's complete. And they will score. Touchdown, Aggies.
And this defense, just a little bit of a letdown right before the half. Been controlling this football game, been dominating this football game, giving up points, got to go into half, get it buckled back down, get that intensity cranked back up.
Fresno State 37, Utah State 7.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Looking downfield very late in the half. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
He's got it on the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Did the work himself.
And another Fresno State.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Utah State about to kick it off to open the second half.
Utah State, 7.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Rides to back and leaves it. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Sets up the screen. There he goes. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Green 25. Acorn.
Trying play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Duggan. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The sack by the defense forces 4th down and a punt. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Aggies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Snagged out of the air.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. On the run, it's Duggan. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He'll pull it down. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Unloads quickly. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Creates a little room. Got the first down himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
And it's just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO thing. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. It's on target and complete. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw.
Touchdown, Bulldog! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Makes his way out to the 20 before he's stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's wrong.
They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. To the air on 1st down. Here's a heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Here's the pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. Got the first down. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. On 1st and goal, let's see what Utah State calls. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Aggies! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. And he added the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute. You've got to lock in. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with the running back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Complete on 3rd down. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going to take off. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Now he'll throw back into the middle. It's picked off, and that's number 10. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The offense basically has the whole field in front of them, backed up close to their own end zone. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off play action. Pressure coming. They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll try the right side. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. They punted away on 4th down. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Give to the running back. Turning it on! And the defense wrestles him to the ground. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly complete. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Utah State comes to the line with a 1st and 10. He's got him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
42 Spider.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit. And it slips just inside that right upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the new kind. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Everett. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. To the ground with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got his man. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be 3rd and long. They give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Pulls and throws off the RPO. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Fresno State lines up with a 1st and goal. fire. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
Pulled and fired complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Got it, looking for the first down. Breaks into the open. He's at the... And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snags it on the right. Off and running. Smashes ahead. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Getting that push. A pickup of 4 out to the 26. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. Makes it past the marker. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Takes the handoff. It's down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gives it to the back on the draw. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Dell. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get.
There he goes. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Utah State, 21.
He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now on second down. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the ground.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. Here's the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win